In this video, I'm going to show you one way how to fix erratic idle or surging. So this is a GM 3.4 liter V6. And if you're just sitting at a stop sign, the engine idle goes from about 800 to about 1400, just up and down, up and down. It's like surging. So if you have an engine code reader, it's going to pinpoint the problem. Otherwise, it's normally a mass airflow sensor or an EGR valve. So let's hook up the code reader and see what it is. Reader hooked up, and it's a P0404. That's an EGR valve. If you do have a code reader, that's great. You're going to pinpoint the problem like I just did. Otherwise, it's usually those two things that causes the idle surging on these 3.4 liters. Either the mass airflow sensor or the EGR. So I'm going to go ahead and change out the EGR valve step by step. So by the end of the video, if this is your problem, I'll have you back on the road. Now, a lot of times you might be able to figure out what part's bad, but you may not know where it is. Well, the EGR valve on these is fairly simple to find. It's going to be right here on top of the engine. We just need to disconnect right here. We're going to pull the engine cover off, and then we only have a couple bolts to remove. So the first thing we need to do is disconnect the EGR valve, and I just use a small flat blade screwdriver. Get under here, lift up that tab, and that will slide right off. We'll kind of just put that out of the way. And now we need to take off the oil cap and then lift up the engine cover. Now to remove the engine cover, we're going to rotate your engine cap all the way to the left. Keep going until you pull out this long portion of it. You don't just want to remove the cap, you have to remove this part as well. We'll set that aside, pull the engine cover straight up and out of the way. Now we want to reinstall your oil cap, because we definitely don't want anything falling into the engine while we're working on it. Now we have full visibility of the EGR valve. You have one bolt right here, and one on the other side. I got a 10mm socket. We're going to go ahead and loosen up this bolt first. And then what you gotta do, just give a little tug on this, and this will come apart from the EGR valve. You just need a little bit of space so you can get this out. Now with an extension, we can remove the two 10mm bolts on either side. Now this engine is pretty hot, so I've got a glove on the EGR valve. So once I remove this bolt here, it's going to be loose. Now here's the new EGR valve in the box. There is the part number, and this is a CarQuest part. We're just going to take it out of the box, kind of compare, and just make sure it's exactly the same. Now you just want to match up the bolt patterns and make sure that's going to line up. And as you can see, these slots on this EGR valve is a little bit bigger than this one. But other than that, it's pretty much the exact same thing, so we're ready to go ahead and bolt it back up. Just make sure you put on a new gasket. I like to thread the bolts in just a little bit, put the gasket on so it all lines up, so you're not trying to hold a gasket in place while you're putting on the bolts. Kind of do it all in kind of one piece. Gasket, two bolts. I'm just going to go ahead and tighten these up hand tight. And once you get it pretty snug, go about a quarter of a turn. And that's as tight as you need to get it. Now you just push this tube down and right into place. You might need to hold it a little bit while you install the bolt at the same time. And we'll go ahead and tighten this up. Same thing, snug, quarter turn. Now we need to remove that oil fill cap. Now you can place the engine cover back on. All you gotta do is push down on the engine cover, it'll pop right in place. Reinstall that oil cap. Just double checking to make sure that that section there is tight. And now just reinstall your connector, make sure it clicks into place. Then just grab the housing, just give it a little tug, make sure it's locked in place. That's all there is to it. We can close up the hood. Now if you have a code reader, we'll go ahead and recheck the codes. If not, go ahead and start it up and see how it runs. Now this had the engine light on the dash. I just took it around the block and the engine light went away. I went to run a new scan and there are no codes. And that's all there is to it, guys. If you've never done this before, it only takes about 30 minutes. If you've done these a couple times, you can probably whip them out in about 15 minutes. This car is ready to get back on the road. Hope this video helped you out, so thanks for watching.